Hey everyone, I'm superphiz. You might know me from the ETH Staker community, but I'm also a longtime ETH financier. And today I'm here with a couple of folks from ETH Finance to do something that I think is going to be pretty exciting. Let me stop the share before I go too far because I'll restart it in a minute. So I'm here with tech consultant illram, InsideTheSimulation, and some people in the EVMavericks room. Do you guys want to say hello, illram?
Hey everybody, how's it going? Nice to meet everyone.
Cool. Tech consultant.
Nice to meet everyone. Don't have much to say. I just usually troll on the ETH Finance subreddit.
Welcome. And you guys know InsideTheSimulation, but he has opted to remain silent. That is absolutely cool. And I think we might have a few other people from this effort joining us. Gigglin just stepped in. So really, we just want to set the stage for a minute, and then I'll give you an idea of what we're doing. And I don't know if there's a great why, but my why is just to have fun. So welcome, Gigglin. And yeah, I'll give that person a chance to get oriented. I'm going to, let me go ahead and just give you an introduction of what I know about EVMavericks, which isn't really a ton. Like a week or two ago, there was some discussion in the ETH Finance Daily about EVMavericks being minted. And I'm like, hey, that sounds, like, sure, I'll mint a free NFT any day. I minted one. I sort of got interested. I liked the look of them, the look of some of them. And so I picked up a few more. And really, I just sort of thought from there that I would let it go. Like, I'm done with it. But some things have sort of picked up that led me to feel more interested. And that's sort of how we got where we are today. One part of that further interest is like having something to play with. I love to play with Ethereum as a technology. And I'm aware of Fractional.art. And so that kind of gives the idea of, hey, let's fractionalize a lion, an EVMaverick, and convert it to ERC20 tokens and kind of distribute those so people can have fractional ownership of a Maverick. Part of the difficulty with owning these is people who lurked, or maybe people who aren't that active in eFinance, didn't get a Maverick, and maybe they just want a piece of one. And the other part of that may be real for me is the concept of actually making EVMavericks a concept that will reinforce decentralization and growth of Ethereum. And I think maybe every NFT project says they're going to do this. I don't know what the reality is, but there was a great comment today about like using EVM funds to start rocket pool, mini pool nodes. And that to me was like, oh shoot, that's a way that we can really connect. Whether or not that happens, I don't know, but I think it is definitely a great direction. If EVMavericks become something that contribute to the community, I'm definitely in. So I rambled for 10 minutes. Let me start my screen share. I will be the first to acknowledge. I think this will work. I've never, I did complete one fractionalization, but I didn't go all the way through the process. It was just sort of a demo. And there's a lot of other great feedback in the Discord group about like what we might do after we fractionalize. But so here we are. We have one EVMaverick. It was purchased from Patrik Svensson. Did I say his name right? Let's see.
I think so. He's the only one with a real name in this.
Okay. Oh, is he with us?
No,
okay.
From what I remember, I think that's his name.
Okay, sure, cool. So yeah, we looked around. So we started this a few days ago. We were like, hey, if anybody's interested in playing this fractionalization game, we're going to pick an EVM and group buy it. And so after a lot of suggestions, someone said, hey, Patrik has EVM number 0. He might be willing to sell it. And so what we ended up doing was group buying. Let me find that doc here just to, 9 people submitted 0.36 ETH. Patrik sold us the EVMZ for 3.24 ETH, easy peasy's number, and 10% of the stake. And here we have, when we fractionalize this lion, there will be 10 fractional coins. And I'm not actually sure, what's this number we're going to use now?
I think it was like 435. It's 640 times 680. It's the pixel count.
Cool. So we're going to divide it into 435 tokens. And before we're done with this call, we'll divide it into 10 groups for these folks.
435,000.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And yeah, let's go ahead and see where we're at. So this is Fractional.art. I haven't even as much as connected it to this account. I've used it once. I do welcome. I'll try and move slowly. If anyone sees something I'm doing goofy, just shout up. Yeah, I should have looked in. Okay, so I'm logged in, and let's see. Let's fractionalize. And so we've decided in advance that we want to fractionalize as ERC20 tokens. Just by the way, we can't see the MetaMask. Yeah. And it's fine. I think you can actually see that version of MetaMask. But I will keep up with what's being signed. So things I don't know all the answers to. The vault name. What did we decide we wanted to call this?
Oh, I don't know if we figured that out. We set on a token name, right? EVMZ.
Okay.
Roary, Roary, was a pretty popular suggestion for a name.
Oh, Roary, right? It's funny.
I'm not submitting this. I'm just kind of sticking it down. And so we can continue to talk about that. I'm just filling in what I do know, and then we can sort of debate it all. 45,000, 435,200. And I don't know the reserve price. I don't have any. Do we have an idea on that? Was it?
That's what I'm unclear on, whether you should make that the floor price or the price we all paid.
It makes more sense that it would be the floor price because it doesn't care what we paid, right?
Right. I mean, the market doesn't care really. I don't know what that has with relation to once you
price that will start a buyout. That's easy.
Yeah, hold on. So
okay.
yeah, we don't want to set a floor price. This needs to be the price that we would all be okay getting paid off at.
Okay.
And so that would be 4 or something.
So the logic here, right? So hey, everybody, the logic here is we set a price that someone can buy out everyone, and then everyone can redeem their fractional shares for the buyout price, right? So this should be our like, yeah, our ceiling of what we'd be okay walking away from. Someone could effectively buy us out, and we would just have tokens that are worth 1/456,000th of this number.
How would we change this number if we chose to? Like, if we selected 324 today, would we be able to change it to like 500 later on if that's the direction we're going, or lower it? How would that work, or is it set in stone?
I gotcha. So this reserve price is the weighted at every token, every fraction can vote on what this reserve price is. Right now, when it's being created, 100% of the tokens are in the same place. So this reserve price is just set at that value. Once it's distributed, each holder could vote, and it's just the weighted average of those votes.
So we could, the voters could vote on the price later.
If 50% plus 1 of token holders vote to change the price gets changed on L1, basically, is my understanding.
Yeah, it'll even if one person voted, that'll shift the price very slightly in the direction that they move it.
That I didn't realize. So it's the price that someone's willing to walk away from right now, and then it weights that all together. Got it.
Yeah. Every token has a reserve price that it votes for. And right now, this will all be the same value, but those can be changed. Those votes can be changed by different holders.
What would you guys recommend the price be right now, since you both seem to know what you're talking about?
It's hard to say. 324 is probably never going to be bought out. But
I appreciate the
I'm fine
rational
with that.
perspective. I'm hesitant to do something that I would regard as insane. I think it makes a lot of sense to kind of keep it in the realm of reality as we see it now. Even if we say, well, let's make it a high price, at least let's try and keep it realistic.
How about 32.4? Keep the meme value and the it's still kind of crazy considering the price of an EVM right now, but
I do find that to be realistic personally. I'm not,
agreed.
Not likely. Let's not call it likely, but it is within reason.
Sure, I'm with you.
Are you okay with that?
Sounds good.
I did change the name a little bit because it's first identified as an EVMaverick #0, and then Roary is kind of a colloquial name, so I put that in parentheses. Is everyone okay with that?
Sure.
Okay.
Yep.
We agreed on EVMZ as this token symbol. Reserve price is 32.4. I don't feel like it would be appropriate to ask for a management fee. I think 0 is the right thing there. Does anybody see that differently?
I think that's fine. I was reading earlier that most fractionalized NFTs don't have a fee, so
yeah, it doesn't. It surprises me a little bit that even exists.
Surprised to see that someone wants to make money on things.
Yeah, well, no, that's fine. This is maybe the.
I think you got to select the EVMavericks 0 on the left.
Oh yes, great, thank you. I was like, it's not working. All right, beautiful. I'm gonna hit screenshot real fast because that's kind of a fun place to be. Can I? It sounds like we've all agreed to these. Does anyone dissent with anything we've agreed on so far? Even anyone in text, if you think this is crazy.
only if you want to call him Chairman Meow. I'm gonna get somebody to call themselves that. I'm on a crusade.
Maybe that'll be the next one.
Right.
I do think I view these as an evolution. This will be the first one, but hopefully someone will be like, they didn't do this or this right, so I'm going to do it and improve this feature of it. So
yeah.
All right.
Just a quick comment from Inside the Sim from the text chat. He specified that if we want it to be a short experiment, we'd go with 32. And if we want it to be a longer one, 324. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, define short and long on that one.
Yeah.
I mean, so in theory, so I think this is kind of where we hit the point of, are we keeping this on L1 and are we keeping it simple? If so, then realistically, we could vote to increase this price at any time relatively easily, it seems like. If we go L2, I think that becomes more complicated. But generally, I think setting it here, and if it were on L1, we can always vote to change things, kind of makes sense to me.
All right.
Is it short because 30, if say 2 months from now these are actually worth 32 or something close to that, someone could come in and buy it out? Is that why it's a short experiment if we put the price there?
I think that's the implication. Yeah.
Right.
The higher we make it, the higher, the less likely someone buys it tomorrow.
Right.
So inside the sim,
that to me would be a fun outcome. It
exactly
would be a fun conclusion to the experiment if it got, if someone tried to get all the pieces of it, put it together and buy it. If it happened even in a month, I would be like, wow, that was the most fun thing we ever did. We 10x'd and it's reconstituted, and what a great game, guys. That's how I see it anyway.
Yeah, good game. GG. It was. I agree, with that. And we could change it anyway, right?
Yeah, it is. There is that talk about moving it to L2, which I think is great for liquidity. But I'm interested in crossing this hurdle before we address the next one.
Yeah.
So just summarizing the chat, Inside the Sim is good with 32.4, and Patrick is actually following along, I think, and commenting.
Got it. That's
Yep.
great.
Okay.
Okay.
I think so for people who are following along in the chat, maybe you're not currently a holder. The intention of this really is the fun game. Yes, the 10 people who bought in do think it would be neat if we 10x, but the intention is not to make $1 million. The intention is to have some activity and do something fun. So I would not feel comfortable going higher than 32.4 ETH from that perspective, because greater than 10x is almost like not appropriate from my perspective.
Yeah, I tend to agree. And just speaking for myself, I intend to distribute, some amount of these tokens out there. Like you can 10x too. Like we'll keep it reasonable for the next few days. Try to get, some more community engagement.
Yeah. Okay. Let's
Definitely.
move on. So I don't know a lot about these. Well, I do know how to approve the NFT. I also went ahead and sent. I know that you all cannot see these dialogues, and that's okay. They're nothing secret. I went ahead and sent some extra funds over from my Coinbase to make sure that we can finish everything. So I'll be sweeping this account back when we're done. Okay, so 10 minutes. Is Etherscan open for everyone?
Yeah.
Yep.
Great. So I could have probably done that a little faster. This is just the approval, and after the approval, we'll still need to fractionalize. I'm likely to maybe push up the priority fee on the actual fractionalization just because we're all here live watching.
Cool. Let's burn some Ethereum today.
Let's pin that. I do love how EIP 1559 transactions. Oh, it's moved up to an hour. They're like, this is going to take 6 hours, and then 5 seconds later, it's like, oh, it's approved. Hey, yeah,
Yeah, it's gotten
It did
so
it.
much.
it did it in this
recently
case.
than it-
Yeah, until you're on camera trying.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Well, and it's the camera that prevented me from upping the base fee. I probably should have done that. Okay,
Looks like we through
so
it, yeah.
now we've approved it and we're ready to fractionalize. I'm going to go ahead and walk you through what I see on the MetaMask approval screen. Estimated gas is $55, 0.018. It's not
Not
actually
terrible.
offering me that option to speed it up here, so I'm gonna. Oh, I have to. I'm sorry. Hold on 1 minute. I just installed MetaMask on this blank browser, so it doesn't have the fee bump as open as a default. All right. Okay, I'm just gonna go with it. So yeah, gas at 39. It's Sunday afternoon. That's realistic. Okay, we're done. So it sent the EVM from this temporary staging account to the ERC20 vault. And let's see what we got next. Okay, so the first thing that I really feel like we should do is send out. Oh, interesting. I guess this wallet still holds some. That's not what I want to say. Still holds some control over the EVM because it has control over the interface. What have I done wrong here? Okay.
It's probably just reading that you have all the tokens.
Yeah, so I'm looking for the screen. Let's complete setup, I bet. Yeah, that's what I need to do. Let me get some feedback. Should we add the description first or deliver to wallets first?
Why don't we add the description now since we're all here?
Sounds great. I love it. I'm interested in maybe taking something from here. Does anyone have any, or maybe if someone wants to free speak, and I will try to
Here lies Roary, shattered into hundreds of thousands of pieces.
I actually like that.
Maybe one day you can put him back together. I don't know.
Is that correct?
I'm more of a
435,
fictional writer.
200 pieces.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
clearly a fictionalized version.
Can we change pieces to pixels so it's a little bit more explicit?
Absolutely.
May I also put pieces or tokens? Is that okay?
Sure.
I want to say buy a collective, but I can't say buy twice. In Fractional.art, buy a collective.
Well, you weren't kidding when you said you have type superphiz.
Shut up! You're watching me. I'm 70. It's not fair.
You don't look 70. Come on now.
Yeah, I'm 70. I lie.
It's the opposite of the ETH meme, where you're 16 and you look 70. There's no
Right.
Benjamin Buttons in this community.
All right, somebody give me some thoughts here. Realization.
I don't think EVMavericks has a S and if we're going by consistency. Oh, it does according to the Discord. No, I think our vault is without the S, but whatever.
Great. Oh, EVMaverick 0. Well, because it was singular, but we are a
Yep.
plural group, right?
Yep, no, that works.
I don't know. There, I may have a Betty White meme on my Twitter right now. So,
I think we leave this as a placeholder. Take out the second group so you don't repeat yourself. And then
thank you.
let's get these distributed and run this by the
Perfect.
copywriting
Yeah.
board.
I like that. Okay. Yeah, I do appreciate the expedition.
Oh, we have a suggestion to add the Discord invite somewhere, which is not
There's
bad.
add social links is the second
is-
one. So
great.
we can do that. This is a good reminder that we need a website, Twitter, Instagram, and Telegram.
There is a Twitter, but I think
We don't own it, I don't think.
Yeah.
We have to figure out who owns it.
Okay, are we leaving it with Discord? Or are there any others to add?
I think leave it
so.
here for now.
Oh, Inside the Sim says the Twitter is known. Oh, it's ETH Trader, ETH Raider.
Oh god, I mean, yes, we could put it. I think that's probably
Yeah.
worthwhile.
I'm a bridge mender.
No, it's called, I think it's called at EVMavericks is the point.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. I was
Double check that. Yep, that's right.
great. All right, I'm gonna save this. I love that this is signing and not like on chain. We have a Discord. All right, so we're gonna. Nope, I'm not planning to use enable cells now. We'll talk about that. I know that there are some plans. So this is we're gonna do some copy pasting, multiple addresses. Oh,
Oh,
There you go.
no.
Beautiful.
No. Okay. Yeah. When I demoed this, I was like, that's really the feature we need.
I need to buy lunch for their
I know, right?
or girl.
Okay. And I need to
I
do.
actually don't follow this though, because it says an amount in ETH. How are we defining an amount in ETH?
Oh, that's weird.
Why don't we look up? So maybe it will determine the percentage of the total.
I would hope so.
Yeah, I would say take out that 0.36.
Let me check this. Sending amount. Maybe we're doing.
What happens if you set it to 10% right now? What would the suggestion be?
Great idea. Thank you. Well, no, that only tells us EV. Hold on.
Yeah, that still doesn't standardize it into.
Yeah,
Well, I
I
mean, we
think-
could
maybe we
do the
simplify
math.
this and just do the single transactions. We can easily do the math of what 10% is and then just do a test transaction basically to one of us.
Do you know what? I want to kind of guess that that's a UI bug.
All right, so
but-
just get rid of the 0.36 and hit continue and see what happens.
okay.
Oh,
At
there we
least it
go.
populates. Yeah,
Cool.
All right, that's progress.
I'm down with this.
So
So
put a
let's-
number in the sending amount, or I guess just see what it does.
Let's copy and paste instead of
Yeah,
use
yeah.
the slider.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
I needed to get it.
Well, so what's the number? The number should just be 45200.
No, 43520, I think.
I wonder why that's a
43520.
different calculation. Okay. 43520.
That should be it.
Okay.
Yep.
Sounds fair. I do love that it populated these.
One of these is going to be sending yourself the 10%, right?
Not this wallet. This
Gotcha.
is a staging wallet, so it looks like it worked out. Does this look good to everyone?
Looks like it's
Does.
zeroed out. So
Okay. Does anyone want me to hold up, or may I go ahead?
Yeah, can you just hover over, well, I guess my address preferably, and I just want to do a quick
Which one is
visual
yours?
check. That one right there on the top. You're fine. Just give me 1 second. I mean, it looks fine, but better safe than sorry. Yeah, I'm good here.
Okay. Screenshot again, just because that's how I roll. All right. Sign message in your wallet. Oh, cool. It's well, I'm gonna have to pay too. Okay. So what I'm seeing is $5.58 gas fee, which is great. It's not giving me a transaction hash, but I can probably trace it back from here. There we go.
Oh, this is just the approval.
Okay.
we all owe you dinner for these gas fees, superphiz.
Oh no, that's fine. It's like gas to me is like the price of having fun, and I'm very okay with
Right.
that.
Good
So
mentality.
this looks like $36 for this fee. All right, let's see if we have dispersed tokens. 45 seconds. Gas is not dangerous. Hey, look at that.
Nice.
Okay. Now I am curious. Does anybody have any suggestions for what we do next before I start poking around?
What can be done next? What, now that all the tokens are out of that wallet, is it all just kind of up to us what to do with them?
Yeah, so this, well, one thing I did not quite understand earlier, this wallet does still have some control. It has, because it still has some control over the vault. But my assumption is that the receiving wallets are also going to have some control. So let me copy and paste this for anyone who doesn't already have it. In fact, let me paste it into the chat. Bottom of the public group channel, can you paste the token address? Can I add it so I can add it to MetaMask? Yeah, so that should be what everyone needs.
I am
Thanks,
going
Steve.
to guess
Pardon me.
that this holding wallet is listed as the curator
Excuse
for
me.
the vault. The curator doesn't hold power. Most of that is through token votes. But there are some things like adjusting the auction length, which I think is a curator action. It is possible for the token holders to vote to kick out the curator, at which point I think there's just no curator and those settings can't be changed any further. But that might be what's given you particular control over it.
That's interesting. And I'm happy with either way. I don't mind. from some perspectives, it's useful to have this. It doesn't have any real control over assets. It just has update power. But I'm also okay if we want to just boot this. When we finish here, I'm going to close this account and almost forget it unless we need it anyway. So I wonder, we're not verified by Fractional. Fractional does its best to verify vaults with their high demand, include established NFT brands. Despite this, you should always do your own research before purchasing and verify the contract address. So we might, I know someone was chatting with Fractional. We may ask if they will verify this for us at some point. Oh, we can view it. Forget OpenSea. Oh, okay, that's just this one.
It can't be seen on it. OpenSea would only work if we did ERC 1155s, I think. Oh, you talking about the zero?
I was just.
I think
excited.
OpenSea can see the original NFT. It's not looking at
okay.
like it.
Oh, that's
it's
cool.
looking
You can
at.
still see it.
Yeah, it still exists.
Nice.
So there are offers, except the contract won't accept them. So let's talk about what people ought to do, what needs to happen from here. Like anyone can.
Yeah, so
access
I'm actually on the page right now, and I don't see the reserve price. Like I don't know if that's just me, but I show a reserve price of 0. And I don't. Maybe that's just a me thing, but I feel like. So I can set a reserve price vote myself. Maybe that's because I haven't done it individually. It's interesting.
It does say reserve price. It is clear here. 32.
Yeah, no, I see it on your screen. I don't see it on mine. So it's probably just something related to how I'm looking at it, but I don't know. I'm going to explore more here.
Okay, I think I know what's going on here. So I'm on the same page, and I'm seeing price set by fraction owners as 0%. So the original address, the 0xA5DC, set a reserve price, but that vote is assigned to the 100% of the tokens that they had. Now that the tokens are all in other wallets, it doesn't matter what the original wallet voted. Each individual voter can set their own reserve price.
Oh, so we should actually do that, I think.
Yeah,
I think-
we don't necessarily need to rush.
Well, it's once a bid has been placed, there's 3 days for an auction to occur. So there's not like an immediate need, but what I like based
Also,
on that, go ahead.
Yeah. So an auction cannot be started until 50% of the token holders have set a price. So right now I'm seeing 0% of token holders have voted on a price. So that means an auction just cannot happen at all. 5 of us will need to set our reserve price, and then the reserve price will be the average of those 5.
Okay, got it. That makes sense.
So we could probably do that right now. I'm curious about this adding liquidity, setting up the pool, initializing the pool. I've never done this. I've never seen this menu. Well, that's not true. I did see it once when I did the demo, but I didn't finish it. I don't have any EVMs to deposit to do this on this account. So maybe we need to do that from another account. I'm going to switch over to superphiz on another screen.
Okay, and it looks like somebody just put it in. So now I see 10% have voted, and there's a 32.4 reserve price. So looks like that does solve the problem.
This also means if this were going to go to L2, then once the tokens were locked up in a bridge contract, whatever reserve price we set for it would be lost, and it would be the bridge contract that would have to vote on a reserve price. It can't do that. So that means if 100% of the tokens are locked up in a bridge contract and put into L2, there will be no way to buy it out on L1.
Well, so can you bridge back to L1, or do we lose the? I mean, it makes sense that it can't take action while on the L2, but if it bridges back, is there anything stopping those tokens back on L1 from interacting here?
The ones on L1 would still be able to interact just fine. But you would need 50% of them to be on L1 and vote to set a reserve price in order for the auction to be enabled in the first place.
Yeah. So that makes sense. Oh, but so actually so aren't we going to run into the same problem? So here's the thing. So if we move the tokens to L2, then the price is no longer set by the fraction owners again, and it's going to go back to the same state.
Exactly. Yeah. It would be
Got
tokens would
it.
be
Okay.
held by the bridge contract, which wouldn't be able to vote on a price.
But I think but so it's worse, right? Because if you move more than 50% of tokens to an L2, you lose the ability to even have an auction because those tokens haven't used their voting weight.
Right. Right.
Yeah, that's a concern. I think L1 it is for the most part. I don't think there's a.
Yeah, I was going to say you almost need fractional to work on L2, but then the NFT still exists on L1. I guess fractional could do a cross chain kind of thing, but
they haven't yet. Yeah,
that's complicated. Well, because the asset still technically exists on L1, so then you end up in a like a conservatorship kind of thing.
Yeah.
So we have 40% of owners. The only thing I think we need to find, we need to get liquidity set up. And I'm short on ETH right now, so I can't offer liquidity.
Can you do so the Uni v3 lets you do single-sided, doesn't it? Like you just put in.
Let me go back to that menu.
There
So-
is a guide on Fractional.art. That guides you through setting up a liquidity pool, and I think the way they do it, it's a one-sided pool.
Yeah.
So that could be easy to follow.
If someone
Yeah.
wants to check out that guide and guide me through it on this menu, then that would be perfect. Oh, wait, it doesn't matter because any of us can do that, I guess. Like this account doesn't hold wealth anymore. I guess I can, let me stop sharing at most oh yeah, superphiz can do one-sided liquidity. I'm going to stop sharing and switch to, as a matter of fact, let me send, as I said I would, I'm going to close out this account by sending it to superphiz.
I put a link to the guide in the text chat.
Just to be clear, these are funds that I sent from my account. They're not group shared funds. They're just funds that I offered to pay for gas. And
Under
it
the
wasn't
seat,
bad.
there's
It was 0.039. So that's not terrible. Not too expensive.
what was 0.039, the send?
The total creation and distribution.
Oh, nice.
Like I funded the account with 0.3 and it ended with 0.262. All right, so let me open up. I do.
All right. So here's the thing. So I'm just thinking things through based on our conversation. Can we, gentlemen's agreement, to send like 49% of funds to L2 so that the reserve price stays steady? I guess that's not sustainable. I'm trying to think if there's any way to actually make it easier to distribute these to people that are interested without being expensive.
I don't know much about L2. I don't really play on L2 that much right now, so.
Yeah, so I think we keep it simple on this first one. Hopefully things go well and we have reason to explore more.
I feel like superphiz said earlier, that if fractional had more of an L2 integration natively, it might be a little less complicated.
Yeah, no, I think we're stuck here for now without making things.
I don't totally agree. We still have, so yeah, we're stuck on L1, I believe, but
Correct, yeah.
We do need to set up the Uniswap pool, and it looks like I don't have that. I don't have those options from here
Let's see.
that I had in the other account. I think.
Are you in the account now that just has your tokens?
Yeah, I'm in superphiz now, not the temporary account.
Yeah, the guide suggests not using the fractional interface, but just going straight to Uniswap, using their UI to make a new position, paste in the contract address for our ERC20 tokens, and go from there.
The last Uniswap pool I did was in like 2019 or something. Long time ago.
It doesn't appear to be being picked up as a contract
I
token.
think it's a different one. If you go to the fractional page,
Oh, it's a group wallet.
on the page for the vault, there's a little hamburger drop down menu. The three dots in the circle on the lower row where it says join community share, 3 dots. The view on Etherscan should pull up the correct contract to plug into Uniswap.
It's on inside.
There it is.
Put it on there.
Okay. Now this is going to have to be one-sided liquidity for me because, or well, I do have whatever that is. Is it $1,000?
I'm going to do one-sided myself.
Um,
or contribute to you. We could all pool it together, right? In the same pool.
What is the price impact for one-sided liquidity when people start buying it? Or if they start selling it?
I don't know.
It's going to depend on the range. With Uniswap v3, you can pick a price range. And so if you were to pick a very narrow range, then the price impact would be minimal. With a wide price range, the price would swing more.
Doesn't something happen if you fall outside the range? Like you stop earning fees on the pool or something?
Yeah. If you are the only person who has a range, or if we all put out the exact same range, then you can't fall out of the range unless all the tokens are sold.
I'm looking at 435, 200 divided by 324 ether, or I'm sorry, 32.4.
Could we use 4?
Sorry?
I was hoping to use 4 as our division.
Well,
You're saying
there's
to
some-
make the tokens affordable at this point, right? Is basically what you're saying. If you put it at 32.4, then these things are going to be expensive.
Yeah, it would kind of overprice things right now.
Yeah, so the
But I
math,
suggested like a minimum range or a starting range of 4, which is kind of our initial cost basis plus Patrik. And a little bit of our legwork, I guess.
Yeah, it's 3.6 is the essential like contributed value. Plus like all of our time and effort here puts it at 4. I think that makes sense.
Yeah, I agree with that.
If we use 4, I think it was like you could use the number you had before, but instead of starting with a 7, it starts with like a 9190. It was in the document. And
let me find the document. I don't have it handy right now. Oh, I switched to a different browser.
That'd be like 9.19. Go ahead.
919, I think, if we were dividing 4 ether by the total number of tokens.
Okay, does this look fair?
Hold on.
Yeah, please verify. I don't have any resources.
Should we do 0.3% or 1%?
The guide suggests 0.3.
Okay.
I'm going to pull up that guide in simulcast over here.
So we're not an exotic pair.
Ha! I beg to differ.
Wait, there might be a digit issue.
Yeah, we're short of 0 in the number you have here. That's what I'm seeing. Is that what you're seeing?
Okay, I have, it looks like 5 zeros on this side. 5 zeros, 919.
I thought it was 6 zeros.
Let's count them. We're just be safe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros, 919.
Yeah, let me check the math again.
Yeah, that number times 435 200 gives you 4.
So we need. I'll wait till you guys.
Why? Where did the number 4 come from?
4 ETH is what we're assuming the value of what we've created here is worth in total right now.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, that, I mean, that would be if we're saying this is worth, each share is worth, like, I guess if Roary is worth 4 ETH right now, our shares add up to that. That's what we'd be pricing it at on Uniswap. Does that track?
Yeah. So it sounds like if I list all of my liquidity at 4, or well, I get to set a price range here. That's just the current value is 4. Do we not imagine that we should maybe, and I do not know, should we reach somewhere between 32, which is what we're selling for, and 3.2? So if we went somewhere like 16 is the starting price, then it has room to rise or fall. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Because we're not really saying it's worth 4 to us, because right now, the idea is to recoup 32. So if we start in the middle, then it.
So how does the price actually slip downwards here? And what's the situation?
Oh, you're asking how Uniswap works? Do any of us know? I don't know how. I could explain it if I had to.
I'm hesitant to guess, but my guess would be that it starts at the min price and is linear up to the max price. So if all the tokens were, if all 43,520 of these tokens were deposited, and somebody were to buy the first 1,000 of those, it would go for around the minimum price. And then if somebody were to buy the last 1,000 tokens out of that, it would go for close to the max price. So it sort of comes down to how much superphiz wants to hold on to. If it wants to hold on to most of them, then maybe set the max price pretty high, so that people are disincentivized to buy once they start selling out.
So I'm going to do half of them because I expect to make some kind of mistake here, and that's what the game is about. I set my min price as a little above the current price, and my max price. So my max price could actually be like
Well above, based on
yeah,
that description. Yeah.
There is no max for I'm not trying to max it out.
Well, this is just the area in which you will earn fees. Remember that. So you're not setting like market prices. You're just saying this is the area in which
that's
Well,
what
it's earn fees or be used, right?
I'm
So if
willing
you're
to
outside
trade.
the bands,
right.
I'm willing to trade this all the way up because I expect to lose all 21,760 and get those replaced by Ether. So my window can be big. Does that feel right?
Would you compute the max price as so if our buyout price is 32.4, do
It should be a fraction of
32.4
that.
over the 435 200?
Does someone
be
like
4 zeros and a 7. 4074.
Okay. Yeah, at least it's realistic. I like that's the point of the game. How are we feeling about this?
I feel like as long as everything follows the logic that we just said, it's pretty reasonable.
I'm kind of assuming other people are doing something similar, right?
Yeah, I'd probably do similar.
Yeah.
Assuming this works.
You go first, Viz. Okay, gas on this is 0.0023 or $6.78. That's probably
That's just for the
yeah.
approval.
That's the approval. Yeah.
Yeah.
In theory, we can just go deposit into this pool as well, right? This will establish.
Yeah, I would imagine that we should all use the same pool.
Yeah.
transaction is confirmed. We're just waiting for MetaMask to figure that out, or for Uniswap to figure that out. There we go. And out of range. I don't know if that's a good thing. The price of this pool is outside your selected range. Your position is not currently earning fees. Well, then I need to do something different.
You put your, yeah, because you put your min above the current price.
Okay.
For what it's worth, the guide suggests putting your min price like 1% less than the current floor. So just a little ways lower.
What
just
does
to
the
get
guy
you in
suggest
range.
for max price?
In their example, they have they set the initial price for their tokens at 0.013, and they set the max price for 0.015. So just getting a little bit of profit off of the entire range.
I'll tell you the most interesting thing about this. It's a little more complicated than I expected it to be. Like, what?
Yeah, well, I mean, V3 pools are just are kind of complicated.
Okay,
Oof.
gas for this
Oh boy.
is 0.19, $580.
What's the gas rate right now?
Did an NFT just launch?
Let
right.
me see.
I think
I'm just gonna give
initializing
it
the
a
pool
second.
is just expensive.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. That's
Yeah,
why I'm
gas
here,
is
right?
30, right? 31. So it's just a really expensive transaction.
Okay, I'm pulling the trigger.
Fun money indeed.
Thank you for
Well,
the
part of the
sacrifice.
pricing before was supposed to account for gas, so it kind of balanced out.
Wow. So yeah, I definitely here to have fun, but it's my spending money. How much do I have left? I have 0.1 ETH left. Oh, it just approved too.
What did it actually cost
Uh,
after?
well, I thought it approved. It's not running in MetaMask anymore, but it doesn't show approved here. Oh, there we go. So yeah, $501.
All right.
Worth it for the fun, right?
I think I'm gonna do it too, so you won't be alone in there.
Well, so once it's initialized, that was the first initialization. Shouldn't it be cheaper now?
Hopefully.
I don't
I'm
know.
curious. Let's find out if anybody else is going to do it.
Let me see.
So it's on Uniswap V3. And is there an easy way to get to this contract or this pool?
Yes. There we go. Oh,
I'm
look, there's a
pulling
number
some
for
up
it.
too.
Oh no, that's my pool.
Oh, I see you now. When I go to add liquidity.
Oh.
All right, I just linked the Uniswap page for the pool in the text chat. That should be it.
Can I tell you guys, I'm like deathly afraid of Uniswap v3 because I don't quite understand it.
I am too. I'm the same way. I'm mostly familiar with Curve, not Uniswap.
Well, I spend all of my time with staking, so I don't get too deep into liquidity.
Did somebody already buy $59 worth of these tokens?
Good for them.
So I'm kind of
So
scrolling through this page right now. So how
Now,
do
just to
we
make-
add liquidity?
Yeah, just to make it more confusing, Uniswap is putting me in ETH. Oh wait, here we go. Okay, now I can see it with the decimals. Did the price just go up? Look at that.
Where do we? I guess we can track the price.
Oh yeah, someone just bought 2038. Look at this. What a community.
This
Excellent.
is how we have fun.
All right, let's
Hopefully someone who knows, it's not someone who knows a lot about V3 pools and is like, ha.
Yeah, I know, right? Suckers.
These idiots.
Please don't outsmart us.
Yeah, that's a dangerous thing in crypto, right? Okay.
Well, that's the whole point of playing games, right?
Right.
So yeah, I have 0.001499 in fees collected. So that's pretty. It's so funny. Like I wish I knew more about Uniswap v3, but this is my first like foray. It's probably not a good time.
Dive right into the deep end.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, to be honest, you know, for a long time, everything still used like legacy Uniswap v2. And I was like, oh, I'm sure they're just using v2. I can figure that out.
Can we do, it doesn't seem to want to let me do single-sided now that the pool has started.
I'm going to stop.
I
sharing
just
someone else
did, I
wants to share.
think.
You did?
I approved token spend. I gotta see if it actually went through. Oh, maybe not. Hold on. Yeah, you might be right.
When I click max EVMZ, it wants ETH.
Yeah, I see that as well.
So maybe your initial sacrifice was worth it, superphiz, because you got to start the single-sided pool.
Ah,
If I'm
uh,
in this.
I would like to point out that we're about 4 minutes from the top of the hour, and I found that these calls are always best to be an hour because that's somebody's maximum attention span.
Yeah, we don't need to all do it on this call, I presume.
Yeah, I agree with that. But yeah, let's definitely share knowledge on the Discord if we can figure out how to make this single-sided. Yeah, ETH doesn't make a difference. Looks like the ETH bands are tighter than the ETH bands. I don't know. I'm gonna play around. I'll share anything I find. I'm sure you guys will do the same.
Well,
We need
if
to
nothing
set a
else,
token icon now because this strike through is very depressing.
oh yeah, I love that.
I want to highlight Inside the Sims comment on the chat. Apparently his
Oh.
holding is worth 64 ETH right now.
Is what now?
His holding.
Yes, really.
All right.
Just
So the
curious
price is
how this
doubled?
pricing is working out.
Well, it's
because someone
it's one
bought
of
it, so
those-
it probably
it's a
spiked up.
shallow pool thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, the
there's
price
low
shouldn't-
liquidity, so
I would imagine the price shouldn't exceed the like 32 price limit we set.
Yeah, that's
When
pretty
it-
Well,
spicy.
You could only dump into the pool however much ETH is in there too. So it's like, I mean, how much ETH is in the pool right now? I don't even, how do you see that?
Current price. Yeah, so the
On
current
the
price
pools
is
page,
60.
there's a little box that says total tokens locked.
where are you finding that? On the pool page.
On the
Max pools overview.
Uniswap pools page, I think it's the one I put in the text chat.
Okay,
You might be
sorry.
able to find it through there too. Little box on the left, total tokens locked, 14K EVMZ, 0.09 ETH.
Oh, Patrick just posted it too.
Oh, this is the place to watch, isn't it? If it loads. Yes. $274 in trading volume. Very exciting. Okay, so I want to wrap up the call. I think that I'm sharing my screen. Is my screen visible?
Yeah.
It is.
Okay, so the big deal, what we did today is we purchased, so there are 10 of us, 9 purchasers who put in 0.36 ETH to buy EVM0 from Patrik. And then we went to Fractional.art and fractionalized EVM0 into 10 portions. And then we created a Uniswap liquidity pool to take to exchange the ERC20 that represents fractional portions of Roary. And now kind of what's happening is anyone who collects, is it 50% of the ERC20 tokens can then trigger a buyout option? Is that what we're looking at?
Anybody can do the buyout if they deposit the reserve price. They don't
And
even need to buy the tokens.
Okay, and the reserve price. Oh, okay. So if somebody deposits 32.4 ETH, oh, okay, then they can automatically sort of call back those ERC20 tokens and exchange them for ETH. So whoever holds these tokens would get equivalent Ether in their wallet. Is that right?
Or I think this contract you set up initially would get the ETH, wouldn't it?
The fractional smart contract would get the ETH, and then all of the token holders could redeem their tokens for their proportional
okay.
share of the ETH.
Okay.
That makes very good sense. Yeah, it wouldn't be an automatic rebate. It would be a come and exchange your tokens for your share of the ether. Cool. So we'll be hanging out and seeing how this goes. Thanks to everybody for coming out. And it's funny because I thought this would be the learning experience, but this is really like the beginning of the learning experience. Thanks everyone for your time. I'm going to throw this up on YouTube, and we'll get back to hanging out in the Discord.